What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Trailer Time. Mohit and Jamell with another trailer review roundup. Today we got 3 more trailers for you. We got Venom, Let There Be Carnage, West Side Story, and The Green Knight. Before we get started into our great conversation of these trailers, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. The bell icon is there for a reason, so hit it, please. Now let's get right into it. First, we got Venom, Let There Be Carnage. But before we get into that trailer specifically, we should probably talk about the original Venom and what we thought about it. Jamel, what do you think? You know, it's kind of the start of the whole Sony Marvel universe that they're trying to concoct or whatever. So what do you think about that one?
Concoct again, which is weird.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I mean, I liked Venom. I think Tom Hardy was a great cast for Venom, or for Eddie, I should say. I think they did an interesting take on the relationship with Venom that we hadn't seen, at least in like live action before, with just like that, the fact that one, there is a relationship in the first place, and then two, that Venom is an anti-hero more so than he has been in other things. So that's, I guess that's kind of nice. Although I would have liked to see a little bit more villainy from Venom in like the original, but I think they needed to set like a baseline that Eddie has changed Venom's relationship with like violence in the world, etc. But I mean, I like the original Venom. It's not gonna go on anybody's top 20 list of like super movies. Like,
that's for sure.
It's not.
That's for sure.
Yeah, it's not incredible, but I'm excited to see if they can add a little bit more depth to this one, because I felt like it was just like a very simple origin story for the creature itself. So I want to see like what else they could do. I guess I forgot, but I didn't even realize like it's not just like a science. Like obviously like the science and technology aspect of how Venom becomes an entity is like important, but like the real like alien civilization aspect. So I thought that was really cool. I didn't. Maybe I just didn't realize it, or forgot. But like I like that aspect.
Yeah, so honestly, I'm gonna be honest, I really didn't care for the original Venom movie at all. I love Tom Hardy's casting. I like that first of all, they made him like huge, like he's supposed to be, Venom. The relationship aspect is really interesting. I think that's a big part, especially in the comics. Like they are pretty much like always at odds, but somehow seem to work together really well. You know, the entire symbiote race is really interesting. There's a lot of recent comics that dives into that, which is really interesting. Yeah, origin story-wise, like, it's very lacking, in my opinion. It's not even going to go in anyone's top 50 superhero movies, I don't think, in my personal opinion. So I do love the character of Carnage, so I'm really excited for them to explore him. I think this movie will have more depth just from Andy Serkis being a director. I feel like he's done so much great work just in like mocap and all that. Having depth is just like comes second nature to him. So I'm excited for that. You know, so it obviously explores more of the alien civilization that you're talking about with the symbiotes, which I think is super important. So I think the villain already, you know, the trailer already shows a much better villain than they did in the first Venom movie. Woody Harrelson casting is somehow both perfect and completely out of left field, in my opinion. Like he's like the
he does a good like weird guy. Like he has like weird guy face, weird guy accent. Like, he's
like the perfect crazy serial killer murder vibe, and somehow he's also like somehow the nicest character. Yeah, he's got a creepy smile that could make a grandma smile as well. So I'm excited to see them. You know, obviously like as much as I'm gonna like excited to see Venom versus Carnage, I'm also excited to see like Eddie Brock versus Cletus Cassidy and Tom Hardy versus Woody Harrelson. If we're talking about the trailer in general for Venom Let There Be Carnage, I thought it was like super basic, you know, it just teases like every little thing just a little bit. I'm still gonna watch the movie, you know, that's the thing. I'm still obviously gonna watch the movie. The trailer just didn't blow me away.
Oh, for sure, we have to. It's like
we have to.
DC, like,
yeah, exactly.
Marvel, I should say. Sorry, it's Marvel, bro. Like you gotta gotta watch it.
Yeah.
Bro, Shriek. We're gonna get Shriek, which is kind of cool.
I'm excited to have them have 2 symbiotes in one movie. You know, 2 villain symbiotes in one movie.
Yeah, no. I mean, I think, like I said, they're gonna expand on the original story a little bit more, but I think it's gonna be some of the same stuff. You know, some good violence. Question: who do you like better? Let's. I'm pulling up the pictures right now just so I can compare. But Topher Grace, Eddie Brock Venom, or Tom Hardy, Eddie Brock Venom?
That's a stupid question. Obviously, Tom Hardy.
How's that a dumb question? I'm just curious.
Eddie Brock Venom. Yeah, you don't? You like Topher Grace, Eddie Brock Venom more.
Bro, he was so much like I don't know. I just love the idea of of him being like a true villain. Like he was bad, like truly
Oh,
bad.
like a villain. Okay. All I'm saying, like physicality wise, the Tom Hardy, Eddie Brock Venom, like sticks to the original comic books. You know, even the creator of Venom's like that's the best thing they've done in this adaptation so far is that make him huge. He's supposed to be huge. And my experience with Venom is from like the 1990s Spider-Man cartoon where he's like massive. You know, he like towers over Spider-Man, and that's what he looks like. In the Topher Grace one, he's like the same size as Spider-Man, which is like that's not.
Yeah, but it's different attributes because he's like more webby. He's like more malleable. Like he's more like malleable. Like also like it physically changes him more, which is like I thought was dope. They were like much more in sync like immediately, like because they were just both like evil motherfuckers, you know.
Yeah, and I don't know why they gave Topher Grace fangs after.
The fangs? I loved it. I thought
like that. Venom should have fangs, but Topher Grace, Eddie Brock doesn't have fangs.
That's to show how much like they like fuse together, bro.
It ain't for me. I'm sorry.
All right, whatever.
All right. What do you think of this trailer, rating wise? I feel like there's not a lot to say about it.
Yeah, like there's not really much to say about it. I wish there was. I mean, I like Woody Harrelson. Carnage in general reminds me of like if Lex Luthor got like a little bit of power and decided to get a little bit weirder. I mean, I like the little Spider-Man egg that they put in there, like the little tidbit, which was I guess
it's very small though.
Yeah, very small, and we're definitely not gonna get Spider-Man in this, and so for that, like 2 out of 5 for me.
I'm gonna give it the same thing, a little higher, but 2.5 out of 5. I think the extra 0.5 just really comes from Woody Harrelson's casting for me. I just think it's awesome, and the fact that there's Carnage. I think one of my favorite Marvel villains is definitely Carnage. I've always loved him ever since like the cartoons and the comic books. Why did I love him?
Yeah.
Because he's just like the perfect mix of chaos and villainy, and I've always loved Spider-Man villains. I think Spider-Man has a great cast of villains, and I always loved Venom as well.
He's great.
Yeah, and then Carnage is just like
get Sinister Six.
That's what they're saying. No Way Home is gonna be leading into or something. So it seems like we're getting it soon. We were supposed to get it with like Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man universe, but those movies sucked. And it wasn't gonna go anywhere. They canceled it.
Well, we'll get the.
Yeah, that's a story for another time. Obviously, we could talk about that whole another episode. But okay, so 2.5 for Venom. Let There Be Carnage. That's what we have to say. Don't forget to leave your comments and opinions about the trailer in the comments below. And let's get into our next trailer, which is for West Side Story. It's a really big jump from Venom, Let There Be Carnage, and then a musical. Alright, so big jump from Venom, Let There Be Carnage to West Side Story, you know, not even on the same spectrum of genres, but I am not really a fan of musical movies, to be honest. Or like movies based on musicals, like...
What?
I don't know, I'm just not. I don't know why. And it's weird, right, coming from me, because... It's weird coming from me, because like, you know, Bollywood, growing up with that, every movie's a musical. So... I think that's my like idea of what musicals should be. I've never seen American musicals growing up, so I'm just like not used to it. I did watch Les Mis, and I thought that was a good movie, but I'm just in the entire time I'm like, why are they singing their feelings the entire time? Just talk. But obviously that movie went on to win a bunch of awards, so what the hell do I know, right? So since you seem like more of a musical aficionado, I'll let you start with this one.
I'm not a musical aficionado, but that's hilarious.
I've seen you sing and dance.
I'm gonna put that on my Instagram bio, bro. No, I mean, like, bro, I did musicals when I was like in elementary school, so I pretty much know everything about them. I don't know. I grew up one of my like first movie memories was watching The Sound of Music with like my mom. Also grew up watching a lot of Bollywood movies, so definitely like musicals. High School Musical is still one of my favorite. I don't care nobody.
I mean that's like a go movie, Disney Channel or otherwise, obviously.
Yeah, for sure. So I mean, like I'm a fan. West Side Story is also a fucking classic. I mean, you don't win 10 Oscars and not be a good movie, you know. So
when did it win 10 Oscars?
Yeah, or nominated. Yeah, it was like nominated or won like 10 Oscars, bro. It was like
I did not know that.
Yeah. Well, no, yeah, West Side Story is one of the biggest movies of all time, and hasn't been talked about like since. So it's really cool to see a remake of it. I think it's dope. Steven Spielberg. So Steven Spielberg grew up in the musical world. Like his parents were musicians, and he's like always wanted to do something like this. So I'm really excited to see his vision of it within with the framework of like the original West Side Story. I hope we get a little bit more authenticity this time around. From what I'm hearing, it's like the cast is going to be more, I guess, like ethnically appropriate. We're going to get like actual immigrants, we get actual people of Puerto Rican descent, which is great. That's something I was missing from the original. Although it's tough to say, like in 1957, like, are you able to cast that many people of Puerto Rican descent? You probably are, but it begs the question. I love the idea of bringing something like West Side Story to 2021 or 2022, right? Like everything that we've been through, everything that people have started to realize about not only like race relations inter neighborhood, but also just like immigration and how people make it in this world. Like this movie was like way ahead of its time in terms of like depicting what that street culture was like, obviously in a way more dance and jazzy way than like the rough and tumble stuff that we see in a lot of like actual street movies like Paid in Full or Boys in the Hood, things like that. Those are the type of movies that I like that really represent what it's like to grow up in these type of neighborhoods. But I'm excited to see this. I'm excited to see a remake of this movie. From what I understand so far, they're gonna do a really good job of keeping a lot of the original elements while also making it more appropriate to this day and age. Yeah,
okay. Fair. I've never seen the musical or the original movie, so I feel like I can't judge based on anything you said, really. I can only judge the trailer based on its technical merit, I guess. And it's also a teaser trailer, so it's, you know, it's supposed to tease like the actual story. So if you don't know what the story is and it's teasing stuff you should already know, it's, you know, it's not going to be an effective trailer. That's why for me it was.
I guess it doesn't really just make anything. Yeah. That's
right. Exactly. And like the thing about like appropriate casting isn't like the main character, the main male character is he supposed to be of Latin descent?
Yeah. So the Sharks. It's Sharks and the Jets. Yeah.
Okay.
The Sharks are the Hispanic street gang, Hispanic families. Most of them are Puerto Rican. They move into this neighborhood and these white people. Like one of the songs, bro, is literally like one of the lines of the song is like if you're all white in America or something like you need to be white in America or something like that. So this story is like really about this stuff, man. It's crazy.
So Tony, the main character, is he a shark or a jet?
I think he's a shark, right? Tony? No.
I don't know. I'm asking you. I don't know idea. So he's supposed to be Latin?
I think Tony's a shark. Yeah, he's a shark. So the sharks are
well, the one that cast Ansel Elgort. He's like the least Latin person you could think of.
Well, he's a jet. I don't know, but I haven't seen the movie in a while.
Alright, fair. We'll assume they cast it appropriate. Okay, I assume they cast it appropriately. Since off a basically just technical and effectiveness scale, this teaser trailer didn't really give me much or anything story-wise, so I'm gonna give it a 2. Which I think is fair because I don't know anything. It could be really good for someone like you who's actually knows the background of this stuff. So, what do you think?
Yeah, it's really tough. Like this is just a teaser trailer. We can only base off of like what we hear and then what you see like actually in context.
Yep.
I'll give it a 3 out of 5 just because from my perspective, I'm sure for a lot of people that have seen the original, like it's pretty much like on point. This is exactly what happens. They show like remade scenes from the original. There's one of the casts from the original is in this too. So like
that's cool.
They do a pretty good job. So I'll give it a 3 out of 5. Yeah.
Okay, that's pretty cool. I'm excited to see like them tackle like these like real issues that you brought up. I think that's really important in this day and age. It seems like even though this movie is supposed to like first start in the 50s when those issues were prevalent, you can easily bring it now when these issues are still prevalent.
If anything got worse.
Yeah, if anything got worse, exactly. Exactly. So there you have everyone. A 2 out of 5 for me, 3 out of 5 for Jamell. But again, it's just a teaser trailer. The main theatrical trailer could, blow us away. Who knows? We'll wait till it comes out, and it's Spielberg, so you can put as much faith in him as you want. He usually delivers. So let's get into the last movie trailer of the day, which is for the movie The Green Knight. And I'm gonna be honest. So this is the second trailer. The first trailer came out, I think, long ago, last year, before like
2020.
Before the pandemic hit. And I really was just kind of confused, like, what is this movie going to be about? It just seemed like they stitched together a bunch of random parts. It looks cool, obviously, but, like, what is this movie about? But this trailer really brought it. Like, I was actually, like, blown away because I was expecting just as much as the old trailer, but, like, it painted like a really interesting world. The tone was really sick. I love that Dev Patel is cast as the lead. I love the representation, even though, this is back in Arthurian legend. It really explains the story really well, and you already know what it's going to be, but you're still excited to go on this journey with this character, It explains the premise, it explains what he has to go through, the type of characters and figures he ends up dealing with along the way, and it even essentially explains what the ending is going to be like, but at the same time, there's still a sense of suspense and mystery that makes you want to watch the movie when it comes out. And it's A24, and they really have not put a foot wrong in a long time. So I'm very confident in that as well.
Yeah, no, for sure. Dev Patel, bro, gonna kill it.
Obviously,
I'm curious about the story because, from what I understand, this is one of the Knights of the Round Table tales that we've had for forever.
Oh, they're always gonna have it type of thing.
Yeah,
it's like how we're always gonna have Greek mythology movies,
Yeah, exactly. This is gonna be. Yeah, I was so excited to watch this, talk about this. I'm so excited to go see this. We got pushed. This thing got pushed back 20 different times.
I know.
So it's been hella anticipated. I remember when this was supposed to be at South by Southwest, and then they were they pulled the plug. Yeah, that's when I first saw it, and then they pulled the plug, and I was like, oh crap, because it's crazy because they gave a lot, but I know. In my heart
there's gonna be so much more.
So much, exactly, bro.
Yeah,
I think there's the relationship between from what I understand, I'm trying to remember. The Green Knight is the same as the Knight. They are. How do I explain this, bro? Go back, look at his face, and look at Dev's face, and tell me they don't look similar. And I was it clicked for me, and I was like, oh wait, there's a whole underlying story about timelines and where this fits in because. This knight's supposed to come in and test the king's men on a yearly basis and one person, and so it's a cycle thing that they have to overcome. Bro, we're getting giants, we're getting ghosts, we're getting talking animal companions, bro. I haven't seen a talking animal companion in a minute, bro. So I'm super excited.
The scene in the trailer with the giants walking in the mist looked amazing. The effects also look like they're gonna be really good, both practical and computer.
Yeah, and I think what's awesome is because people don't really know much about the lore that exists in King Arthur's universe. Yeah, and because we get to watch this guy go on this massive journey all over, we get to see all of that. We get to see different lands and maybe different armies. We saw a little bit of example of how the people interact with each other, which I think is dope. That there's conflict beyond King Arthur's kingdom or whatever. Yeah. So yeah, man, this is one of the most highly anticipated movies for me.
Yeah, I'm really excited about it too, and I can't wait to watch it. And I think it's only coming out in theaters too, which is great. One thing I've noticed, this is a generic trailer kind of comment, is that a lot of the trailers now are highlighting how this movie is going to look great in theaters and pushing people to go back into theaters, just because, the theaters need any kind of stimulus they can get, which I really appreciate. It may or may not work for a lot of people, but I think making that extra effort to push people back into theaters through trailers is a great little tactic. So I'm really excited about that as well.
Mm-hmm. No, yeah, I agree, man. I'm excited to see it back in theaters.
I'm excited as well. So, the final rating for today's episode, but before we get into it, your double reminder to like, share, and subscribe, and hit the bell icon. Thank you very much for doing it. We really appreciate it. These videos mean a lot to us, and it means a lot that you watch them and hit all those buttons. But let's get into the rating for The Green Knight. What do you think?
I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5, man. I really enjoyed the trailer. I really enjoyed the story that they're trying to portray. Bro, the effects are dope. Everything about it was just really clean and really exciting, man. I was actually smiling watching it. I was like, oh shit, this is gonna be hard.
Yeah. Clean is actually a really good word to use because everything looks so crisp. From the settings, from the outfits to the music to all the effects. I think that's a great word to use. I completely agree with you. 4 out of 5 is definitely on the nose. I think it's perfect in that way, and I'm really excited to watch this movie. And I think it this trailer was even more effective just because I didn't think the first trailer did anything for me, and this trailer just made me forget that first one completely and gave me such a different view of what this movie is going to be like. So I'm really excited about that. Well, there you have it, everyone. Our trailer roundup, where we talked about Venom, Let There Be Carnage, West Side Story, and The Green Knight. Let us know what you thought in the comments below. Your opinions, your ratings, what you thought of our ratings. We really appreciate you guys watching this video. Until next week, where we talk about all things trailers. Peace.